Is this what Dogecoin was supposed to be? Well, possibly. I mean, I know that the founders of Dogecoin initially kind of made it as a little bit as a joke, but it was a very valid fork of an actually working like crypto chain, right? And so I think talking about this coin today could actually draw a lot of comparisons there because Dogecoin, of course, has become the most popular meme coin by far. But what we've seen from Doge is not really a whole lot kind of on the utility side. And I think there was potentially a really strong opportunity to draw like utility based users into the Dogecoin ecosystem. And I think that would have been fairly easy to do. Well, that's essentially almost exactly what BTCHyper is trying to do. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. They're essentially trying to make a Bitcoin layer 2 chain. So again, as you can see, like there's definitely some very like strong memeability here, but it does actually have a real use and a real like value in this world. You can see here, there you bridge to Bitcoin, then you have the layer 2 operation. Then of course you like can withdraw back to the layer 1 if you are interested. So, a lot of really interesting things going on here. You can see it's the fastest Bitcoin layer 2 chain. So scalability and speed for Bitcoin are finally here, which is of course, kind of the main thing that they're looking to do. So it'll be very interesting to kind of see how this unfolds. If you are interested in buying, you can buy the Hyper token right now. There was only just over 1 day until prices go up. And they also do have kind of another tier level at which prices go up, which is like I think every time a price point is hit, they essentially raise a new level, but the price does go up from there. So if you are looking to get in early, you definitely should be kind of doing it early because you'll get a much better price. And then of course, like you're essentially locking in gains as people continue to buy in and price continues to go up because more people are getting in and they're paying higher prices, which means that the market cap implicitly is getting raised up a little bit. If you don't understand it, basically simply put, if you buy earlier, you will make more money and it will go up more for you than somebody getting in at the very end. So again, obviously you need to do your own research, not financial advice. You need to make your own decisions because it is your own money. So, definitely look into it and make sure you do your diligence. But if this is something that you are looking to get into, it is definitely to your benefit to get in early. You can see here, we've actually been covering this pre-sale since I think it was like 500 or 600K. It's now at 6 million. So millions and millions of dollars pouring into this pre-sale here. So I do think that there is a very large upside for this pre-sale. We'll have to see kind of exactly what happens here, but definitely some traction catching on for the BTCHyper chain. I think it's really important that we continue to see this kind of run along, and I think it will. So we'll also get over to the staking here in a second because staking is another way where you can meaningfully increase your Hyper bag if you are looking to do so. Before we do that though, I want to go over and take a look at the tokenomics here. And we can see the tokenomics, 25% allocated to the treasury, 20% allocated to marketing, 15% to rewards, 10% to listings, and then 30% to development. So a fairly decent kind of spread here in terms of tokenomics and how that's looking. You also can see, constant updates coming along here. So if you are interested in kind of following and keeping up with the updates of the development for BTCHyper, there's a lot of stuff definitely going on here, which I think is pretty cool. So also you can see, very well-known people who are talking about BTCHyper on X. So if you are interested, you can check them out as well. And then also the FAQ sits down here. Also, if you have any questions that you are looking to kind of have answered there. Now, I said we go ahead and talk about staking. So let's go ahead and let's talk about staking and we can kind of figure out what this looks like. So right now you can essentially get into the pre-sale. You can get your Hyper tokens and you can immediately stake your Hyper tokens after the pre-sale if you are interested. You can see here the current estimated rewards is 167%, which of course is quite high, but essentially how this works is the more people who are staking, the lower the rewards get because they have a current emission rate of almost 200 BTCHyper coins per ETH block. So, you are allocated your proportional reward of those per ETH block. And then from there, that equates to essentially 167% kind of like APY. But that, of course, will continue to go down as more and more people stake their BTCHyper tokens. So again, this is another thing where it's like it does benefit you to be early. If you haven't realized, a lot of these pre-sales, it's very much your benefit to be early. But of course, these are risky. So, higher risk, higher reward is kind of generally the thought there. And then, of course, when the coin does launch, we have to figure out what the market will value BTCHyper at. Could be, about the same, could be a little bit lower, could be a lot higher. We have seen these pre-sales do very, very well. We saw Salaxy do a 2x in like less than 24 hours after launch. We saw BTC Bull do a 4x in just over 24 hours after launch. So, some of these do see some pretty insane buying pressure right from the get-go. So if you are interested in getting involved in these early and potentially locking in on some of those upsides, that this would be the way to do it. There is that link in the description below. You can just click that link. It'll take you directly to this site, and then you can go buy with card or buy with crypto, depending on what you are interested in doing. If you are buying with card and you do not have a wallet, you can use the link to Best Wallet in the description below. It's a very great non-custodial wallet. No backdoors, you're not buying on a centralized exchange, and where you could potentially lose your crypto because, again, not your keys, not your crypto. Really, really simple. So it's a great option there. If you do want to download Best Wallet, you can use that as well to kind of start out your BTCHyper bag, if that is something that you are needing to do. So overall, hopefully you found the information in the video useful. If you did, of course, feel free to like and subscribe. And then you also can drop any comments you have in the comment section below, and then we can go from there. So anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.